So, on our last episode, we got some stuff working. We're not going to be working on the main project on this episode. We are just going to be setting up the Android development stuff like we've been doing for the other things. So, first of all, let's get the Android SDK downloading first. So, we're going to go into, we're going to search for Android SDK, and we're going to find this link here. So, Android SDK, Android developers. So, they like you to download this one that includes Eclipse. That's if you're going to be developing from scratch. We are going to be using our own stuff. So, we want to click on Get the SDK for an existing IDE. And this link should be platform specific. So basically, if you are on PC, it'll say tools for PC or for Windows or something. And if you're on Linux, it'll probably say tools for Linux. So click here, and we agree to the tools, terms and conditions, and then you hit download, and it'll start downloading. Now, I already pre-downloaded it, so we've got that done. And while that's downloading on your machine, let's look at getting set up as an Android developer. So we already have some of the things that we need. We have a Google account, but we need a Google Play account. So set up Google Play account. Google Play Developer Console. This sounds promising. And, oh, I don't want this one. Hold on. We want to, well, this has an option here. Sign in with a different account. There we go. We want sign out and sign in as a different user. Make a game now. Here we go. Sign in. So, make a game now at gmail.com. And that's what we're going to associate. I'm going to agree and willing to associate my account registration with the Google Play Developer Distribution Agreement. And this will cost $25, one-time fee, if I'm not mistaken. So it's cheap to develop on Android. It's awesome. So we're going to, we have to set up a Google Wallet. Is that really a thing that has to happen? I can't just, like, pay for it and, like, something else. Okay, we'll set this up. Pretty standard stuff. Name, zip code, card number. I'm just going to go ahead and blur out the screen now. And we'll fill that out. And I don't want special offers. Accept and continue. Oh, I need one more thing here. Accept and continue. I'm going to leave it blurred until... Alright, so the next screen just has information. I'm just going to hit buy. And it wants to verify my billing address, which I'm just going to do here. I've shown this on the show before, but I'm just going to keep the thing blurred for now. This is pretty standard stuff. Bye. I'm for real this time. It's still processing, but you can continue registration while we process your payment in the background. We'll notify you when the payment went through. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the blur. And so this is what it's telling me. And I'm going to hit continue registration. Alright, so developer name. We have to actually come up with something now. I'm just going to go with the make a game now. Email address. This is going to be main@makeagamenow.com. Website. I'm just going to put this in even though we don't have anything here. Makeagamenow.com. Actually, I'll put www because I like doing that for some reason. And 541-325-3807. And complete registration. Payment still costing, which will take up to 48 hours. You can already start to upload APKs and prepare store listings, but not publish any applications yet. Well, that's nice of them. We will notify you when payment went through, so you can publish your application. Sweet. So this is basically done here for what we're doing. So we're going to call that good. and we're going to go over to setting up the Android development kit. So I've downloaded the Android SDK. I'm going to double click it so that it unzips. And what this thing is a folder that has everything that you want in it. And so I'm going to drag this into my home folder, Dragfire here, so that it's just on my root, so it's easy to find. And the first thing I'm going to do before we do anything else is I'm going to go into Tools here, and we're going to want to run this. I'm not sure if you can run it by just double-clicking. I'm going to try. I'm going to hit Open. Okay, it does, but I need the Java SE runtime. I forgot to download that. Okay, so I'm going to hit Install and Agree. If you are on Windows, it may direct you to download Java as well, or it might just do it in the installer. And some of these things may need to be run on command line. I'm not exactly sure how it runs on Windows. I would imagine actually that just double-clicking will work on this, because it's basically just a Java executable is what this actually is. So apologies that we're playing the bar game, but we are. I try to avoid that as much as possible. On the episode we did for Windows, all those bars were ones that I evidently couldn't avoid, because I tried to download the one that already had everything installed, and I thought that would just be smooth and clean, but it still took a long time. And this is going to take a long time. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want you guys to have to wait 25 minutes on the video. We're going to be focusing on build stuff in the next episode, and we're going to be covering iOS and Android in that episode. It's going to basically be mobile builds. We could probably be doing Windows Phone as well. The only reason I'm not is just because I have to switch into Windows to do so, and I don't have a Windows Phone device to test on for this show, unfortunately. We're going to try and publish on that platform blind, effectively. What was I going to say? So what we'll probably do is we'll probably finish up whatever we have to do on the next episode. But basically, when you open that up, it brings you to the SDK manager, which looks like this window here. And the SDK tools these days come pre-installed with a lot of stuff, but there may be some things that we want in there, like USB drivers and other stuff. We might not need any of it, but I wanted to show the window to you guys. But I'm probably, I don't know. I guess it's only 8 minutes, and I allocated a whole hour for this, and we're only 8 minutes into the show. So I knew this was going to be a shorter episode just because all the ones that we do the registration tend to be shorter. But I thought it was going to be really short. I thought we were not going to have to deal with any bars. So let's see if anyone's saying anything. We're going to go new window and view all comments. Could you please show how to create a merchant account? Thank you. Amazon merchant account? I mean, we don't need that for what we're doing. We created a Google Play account. But show Android setup for the remote. I believe it is a hard process because I have the SDK and I still can't test for Android. There's a bigger process. I don't think it's that hard. Once you have the SDK and have it pointed to on Unity, it should just work, but we will show that. I have an idea to advertise your Kickstarter, but I think it will be hard for you anyway. Here it is. Put a YouTube advertisement of it. I mean, that's not hard. It's just, like, it costs money. And the amount of money you put in is what you get out of it, and I can't put a whole lot in right now. So, but yes, we will probably be advertising we've advertised on Reddit a couple times. I've done YouTube advertising before. I advertised the show with a 3-minute game. At one point, I just put like about $100 towards that one year. And it did bring in some viewers and stuff, but I mean, like, this is, at the point that we're at right now, I don't think we have, if we had the resources to market it, to push it through, we would have the resources to just make the game at this point. And so
advertising costs a lot of money.
Yeah, it does. Effective advertising does, at the very least.
Yeah.
You need a Google merchant account to sell apps. Well, it just if we do, then I will show you how to set that up. So we may have already set it up with what we just did. So because we had to set up for Google Play. So Google because that's actually what it was setting up. If you saw, it was the Google Wallet stuff. So if we go to play.google.com, publish. So that's what that's what the $25 was for, was to set that up. I think that will, that's not true, because we have to give them bank information somehow. So yeah, we will probably have to set up a merchant account at some point. And I will show that on the show once we actually get to the publishing portion. So, show a new comment. That doesn't actually work. Make sure you have the USB drivers in development mode enabled on the device. Oh yes, that's what we can do while this is downloading. Thank you for the reminder. Really appreciate it. So I'm going to switch to the face. So, developer mode on Android. It's magic on how to get into it. So this is a Nexus 7 tablet. I've got a fresh install of Android. Well, rather, I did a wipe on it. I'm not sure how fresh it is, but what we're going to do is we're going to enable developer USB debugging on this thing. So some of the earlier versions in different phones may have slight differences in how you do this. The main thing is you need to get into settings, which I'm going to shortcut by dragging from the top of the screen here and clicking on settings. And some of these will have in their settings already a developer options thing. If you don't see developer options in here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the very bottom of the list. It says About Tablet, and you're going to click that. I'm going to see if I can do this here. And then on the About Tablet screen, there's this build number at the bottom here. And if you tap it once, I'm going to have to pull it up here so you can see. If you tap it, and then tap it again, and tap it again, you'll see you are 4 steps away from becoming a developer or something. And basically, you just keep tapping it. 2 steps, 1 step. You are a developer. They did this so that people wouldn't set their thing into development mode and then complain when things broke or something, I guess. So if you tap that 5 times, you now are a developer, and we can hit the little back button thing. And now you'll see on the bottom here, just above About, we've got this developer options section. So we're going to click that. And the things that we want to enable on here, the main thing is USB debugging. This is used by pretty much everything that interfaces with it, including Unity. So we're going to checkbox that one. And it's going to give us an error warning, allow USB debugging. USB debugging is intended for development purposes only. Use it to copy data between your computer and your device, install apps on your device without notification, and read log data. So we're just going to say to that big old scary thing, okay. And let's see. I'm going to read this on me here. Stay awake. Screen will never sleep while charging. That's sometimes useful. Because your machine has to be unlocked and ready if we're running something to it. Allow mock locations, verify apps over USB. Alright, so I don't think we need to turn anything else on. You may want to play around with some things. There's a lot of cool little debug things you can do. But USB debugging is the most important one, so yay. And this is still not done yet. Yay. But yeah, thank you for mentioning the developer mode enabled on the device. More specifically, you need to have USB debugging enabled, not just developer mode. If you just enable developer mode, it will still not work until you turn on USB debugging.
Are we still on the face?
Oh yeah, we're still on the face. Let me switch off of the face. Alright. So, yay. And we're on the bar game. 4 minutes in. Really should have thought to... I should have remembered that Java was required for this and downloaded it separately.
Is our Unity project set to build target Android?
It probably is. I don't really want to mess with it till... yeah, let's just do it. Something to do. Unity... Open up, make a game now. I don't want to actually change the project because I don't want people to have a problem there, but I do want to change in the preferences here. If we go to external tools, Android SDK location, we can click browse, and then we're going to give it our Android SDK location. I'm going to hit choose. And it didn't like it. maybe it's in tools. Nope. Alright, so it does not think that this is actually an Android SDK folder yet. So that means that we have to run the platform tools before this will actually work. And we can't run the platform tools until this download is complete. I'm sure that we have this figured out in the future episodes that we have not recorded yet. So if you're coming in from the future and you don't want to see a bar, just go to the next episode and I'm sure we'll go over it. As a matter of fact, I think I'm just going to call it at this point, and we'll just pick this up on the next episode when we start doing builds for both iOS and Android. So thank you very much for joining us, and we'll catch you in an hour and 45 minutes, I guess, for the next episode. It starts at 6:30, and we're at 4:45 right now, or 4:47 right now. So, is there anything I can do to just go faster? Whatever. Yeah, I think that's better than just waiting it out at this point, because I don't think we're going to do anything special other than... if we do anything special, we'll do it on the next episode. That being said, no, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna just let it go. I don't know. We'll put a link in the description so that you can skip through this this boring part. I should probably do that on the other bar game episode that we did, just because I want to make sure that if there are any more downloads, I want to get those started before the next episode. And there likely will be some downloads when we open up the Android manager. So another slow episode. At least this one has numbers. We don't have to like measure pixels to see how far we are.
We don't have to, or we don't get to?
Oh, we don't have to. We totally get to. Let's see what we got.
Let's make our pixel ruler in GIMP.
Alright. GIMP. So how are we going to use our pixel ruler?
So we'll want a width of, what, 200 pixels?
Alright.
Put a mark on every 10th pixel or something? A smaller one of a different color on every 5th or something?
But then how do we actually like measure it against it?
You just hold it up.
Okay.
Next to it.
Alright. Alright, let's try it. This thing claims to have less than a minute remaining, so that's nice. How do I zoom in? Oh yeah, you have to use this for some reason. Alright, so 10 pixels, 20 pixels, 30 pixels. Oh, we're done. Okay. Well, something to do. Discard changes. Alright, software is installed. Alright, yay. So I'm going to double click this thing. And this time it's going to actually open up a window for us. And so it's populating this with things that we need. So we're going to need a few more things. We're going to need the Android... Wow, what does it decide to come with? Alright, so we have platform tools. No, okay. So this automatically suggests things that we should install, luckily. So I think this actually will probably suggest what you need. If you are on Windows, If it doesn't automatically suggest the Google USB driver, please be sure to put in the Google USB driver. If you're on Mac, you don't have to worry about that. I just want to make sure that that's the case. Anything here that looks important that we might not get? So this gives us the latest version of Platform Tools and Build Tools. Android L. Okay, that's the new stuff, isn't it? I guess that's the latest version of the... Yeah, we'll just go with that. Hopefully it'll be compatible. I'm almost not trusting that, considering it's a preview, I kind of don't want to install that. I'm not going to, actually. I'm going to instead go with the Android 4.4W API 20. I'm just going to go with what they say. And if it doesn't work, we'll install more. But basically, you can choose the version of Android. Versions of Androids are supposed to be backwards compatible, so there shouldn't be any problems. And so as long as we have this stuff installed and the platform tools and build tools, we should have enough for everything to work. So I'm going to go ahead and hit install 15 packages. I'm not on my face, right? Yeah, good. And we need to accept licenses. So we're going to click on the Android SDK license, accept license. And we're going to accept this license. All right, cool. Android preview. I am going to play it safe. I just don't trust it. I'm going to get rid of the Android L and Android 4.4W API 20 stuff, and we're going to go with API 19. We're going to go with 4.4.2 instead. And, or is this actually legit? If you have a later device, you may need to use the later stuff. I'm just going to do this for compatibility's sake. I just foresee problems with using the preview stuff. So I'm going to install 11 packages, accept license, Google GDK class development kit preview. Okay, whatever. Accept license, and install. So this thing will download and install stuff for a while, and I'm going to go ahead and... Alright, so it's going through and installing these things. We've waited this long. I'm going to have to wait through it anyway. Might as well. I guess I cheated on the iOS portion because we just downloaded Xcode. I didn't even check to see if it worked. We just downloaded it and called it good at the end of our last iOS episode. So hopefully that won't be a whole lot of extra setup once we open that on the next episode. But we'll find out. Yeah, I don't foresee any problems at this point. If we do, I'll give an addendum on the next episode. So for real, we're going to call it. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, please email me, pushypixels@pushypixels.com. You can also tweet me at Drakfire, that's DRAKFYRE. Drop a get well soon for Phil at Magmalemur, MAGMALEMUR. His Twitter, so you can see how many he has gotten so far. He hasn't gotten many, send more. He should be getting well. And yeah, make his day. And we'll catch you in an hour and a half with the next episode where we will actually be building on devices for the first time on the show. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Yay! Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in a bit.